Hello and welcome to Broken Entertainment. And today I just want to talk briefly about a pair of really big mistakes I think DC Comics is making. The first one of these is after Death Metal, they decided to create this big, huge Omniverse where everything that has happened, and everything that can happen, happened, and essentially, instead of saying everything from this point in time to this point in time is canon, they're saying everything we've ever done ever is canon somewhere. And that's just a mess. But we'll get into it just really briefly here. This is an article on Bleeding Full. So January 5th marked the release of Dark Knight's Death Metal number 7 and the conclusion of Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's sprawling event. Comes with the birth of a somewhat new DC concept, the Omniverse, comprised of multiple multiverses, such as the versions of the multiverse we've seen in previous eras of DC continuity, as well as the Dark Multiverse. It incorporates a version of DC continuity in which all stories told in the past must be considered canon. The now main multiverses of Omniverse orbit a place called the Elseworld. Just reading that is a twisted mess. You know, one of the reasons comic companies reboot their franchises is because they try to bring in new people, and they believe that new people coming in are going to find the old continuity confusing. Okay. Well, now that's really confusing because someone picking up a DC comic, now I know what they're thinking is, oh, well, now, since anything's canon, they don't have to worry about, oh, well, I knew this, but how come that isn't true? Because it's true somewhere. When you make enough things canon like that, where everything you've ever done is canon, and everything you're going to do is canon, nothing has any weight. It's just all floating around aimlessly. And you're going to actually confuse people a great deal more, because they're going to come in, they're going to buy Superman, and they're going to be like, how come this Superman is dating Wonder Woman, but I thought Superman was with Lois Lane. Someone's going, oh, Superman is with Lois Lane, but it's this Superman. And then they're going to be like, well, I thought Superman had a son. Well, this Superman has a son, but this one doesn't, and this one has one, but he's older, and this one... You see what I'm saying? Like, before you had the multiverse, but you would just kind of cross over into another world occasionally for side stories, or like when they had the Earth 2 run going. Now it's just like, oh, everything's canon. Well, okay. You know, you're going to reach a level of confusion that's just off-putting. It's a lot of information to take in, because there are going to be people who want to know all of it, and you're going to be like, well, everything's canon, yay. You know, oh, I thought Joker was dead. Well, he is, but he's not dead over here. And then it gets worse. It's not all that may have been kind of rebirth. At the issue's conclusion, Wally West and Hawkwoman, two people who have themselves died and come back to life, discover that many dead people from around the multiverse have returned thanks to the hero's victory. So now, every character that has died can come back. Or is back. Or was back. Or something. You know, this is why Future State's such a mess. Because everything in Future State is canon, but nothing is canon, because some of it overrides other things. So, what are you left with? Just a incoherent blob. And then on top of that, the other mistake they're making. Oh, before I go to that, in doing this and bringing characters back, you're tapping into one of comic books' great weaknesses. Characters die and it never matters because they always come back. Well, now you're bringing them all back. you know, have some guts. Not saying kill off Batman or fake kill off Batman like you did in Future State, but kill someone and leave them dead. Do we need 5 different versions of the Flash? I mean, to me, they all kind of blend together, and that's what you're gonna get with a lot of random people, newbies off the street trying to get into comics. They're like, "Oh, I want to read the Flash." Okay, but do you want to which Flash? You know, with Green Lantern, it's a little different because it's a core, but the Flash is the Flash. It's like saying which Superman. Well, I want to read Superman. They've put up this wall of confusing blobs that is going to keep new people out. And what they need right now is simple. They need simple stories, simple continuity to bring in new people because you're dying. The whole industry is dying. So bring in some people. You know? Get some good art. Jeez, some of these books have terrible art. And then, The Kiss of Death. Look at these prices. This is on Comixology. So first of all, why the hell are you paying full price for digital? That's an old argument, I know, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Look at this. $4 on average. $8 for the next Batman. $6 for Superman of Metropolis. I don't even know. I think Justice League. There it is. Justice League $6. If you're an adult, that's one thing. But the base of comics, the foundation of comics being successful has always been kids. And now you're saying, hey, go pay $6 for an Elseworld story. Go pay on average $4 for a new comic. Have the comics gotten longer? No. Some of these have, because they've added a B story, which no one cares about. You know, if you want kids reading these, if you want to build a new readership base, if you want to go back to when things were successful, you can't charge $4 and $6 for new comics. You can't. Because before, and they're going up all the time, right? It was like, oh, they're $2 now. That's not too bad. Oh, they're $3 now. $4. Even for an adult like me, when I go to buy a comic, I'm like, God, do I want to pay $6 for this? And I'll like flip through it and be like, oh no, this is not great. So now the level of, well, where do I buy is, well, if I'm going to pay $6 freaking for something, that's a meal at a fast food place. Some of them, if you're careful. If I'm going to pay $6 for something, I want it to have some value. I want it to be a damn good story. Whereas before, if it was like, or even $4. Before, if it was like $2 or even $3, you're like, well, if it's not good, eh. And you're also pushing that level of, I'll buy 2 or 3 comics today to, wow, 3 comics is what? $12? Don't I spend $12? I don't know. You're making people question how many they're even buying because you're putting the price level at a point where it's like, okay, if they're not super excited about it, they're not going to buy it. And, do you want to spend $12? Do you want to spend, and that's before tax, of course. Let alone if you buy, Dark Detective or, God forbid, the new Batman. Sorry, the next Batman. They're hurting themselves because you don't want people to buy one comic. You want them to buy 3 or 4. And you're not paying for anything. It's not. Most of this is junk. And when you raise the prices to this point and then people read them, you buy a bad comic for $2 or $3, you're like, eh. You buy a bad comic for $4 and $5 and $6 and $7, that's a different story. You're like, whoa, why the hell am I paying this kind of money, especially for one of those people that buys comics every week? Think about that. That adds up pretty quick. I don't know. I just think they're making more mistakes. The only one of these that I've thought has been worth anything was Catwoman. Yara Flor's interesting. I'd have to see her next issue, though, because it hasn't gotten super exciting. It's just kind of not boring. So we'll see where it all goes. Gosh, Green Lantern's $6, really. We'll see where it goes. Raising prices and for the same quality and overcomplicating your multiverse does not make it easier to recover business. That's all I'm saying. So if you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you next time.